This is another still image reviewing albums. And I did this last year and I thought it was a lot of fun. And this is what we're going to do this year. Well, hopefully many more, but this is the Iron Maiden albums. I did the best I could. I don't have all their albums, but I thought this was pretty cool. I mean, Matt, and I hope you enjoy this. I know I did making it even though it was a little stressful. But anyways, here we go. So we're going to start off with Iron Maiden's 1980 self-title, their debut. You have Paul D'Angelo on vocals, Steve Harris backing vocals and bass, guitar Dave Murray, Dennis Stratton guitarist and backing vocals, and Clive Burr on drums. This will be a lineup change, but for now you have this lineup here. They had to let Paul go because his style didn't mesh very well with the band. They tried to be the new wave of British heavy metal, which you had Iron Maiden, later Judas Priest. Well, Judas Priest actually was in the beginning in the mid-70s. You had Saxon and Diamond Head, all those bands that started the new wave of British heavy metal. Of course, going all the way back to Black Sabbath and Deep Purple. These bands definitely were great, but Iron Maiden was the best. Obviously, you had lineup change. Clive and Paul were no longer in the band, and yeah, this was cool. Running Free is a great, really love Phantom of the Opera, you know, and of course the self-title of Iron Maiden. It's a good album, and if you haven't heard it, you should check it out. So I kind of made a mistake. Paul D'Angelo and Clive Burr were still in the band at this point. 1981's Killers, and this was really cool. You had, yeah, I gotta say, some really good songs here. It's a March, Wrathchild. Another awesome song was Another Life. Then you have the side two, Killers, Prodigal Son, and Drifter with Purgatory. Yeah, this was a really good album, and yeah, I can't believe that I didn't realize that this was the second album of Paul D'Angelo. But again, you know, I've been on and off with the albums, so I wanted to check this out and do another video. So here it is, Killers, Iron Maiden. Now we get to the album where Bruce Dickinson finally comes into the picture. You have Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast. Yes, this is one of their famous albums that they've made, and yeah, this was really cool. You know, really enjoyed it, and it was one of the first Iron Maiden albums I actually got to listen to. You have a lot of great hits. Number of the Beast, of course. Hallowed Be Thy Name. Run to the Hills. Yeah, very cool tracks, including Gangland, you know. Yeah, this was cool. Invaders, Children of the Damned, The Prisoner, to a case Avenue. I butchered that. But yeah, this was a really good album, and again, this was the first one where Bruce Dickinson joined the band, reminiscent of, I guess, Ian Gillan and Rob Halford with the operatic voice of heavy metal, I guess. And I mean, that's my opinion. I think this band actually was a lot better with him in there. I mean, the guy has a lot of great energy on stage. But here it is, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. Now we head into Peace of Mind. This was a great album from 1983. And yeah, this was one of the coolest albums that's most actually covered by a lot of bands. And yeah, really cool to see that these guys were finally into their own. I mean, Number of the Beast was a great track, great album, per se, but this album was actually pretty cool. You know, you had some really great songs too, where Eagle Dares, Revelations, Flight of Icarus, Die With Your Boots On, Still Life, Crust of Fire, Sun and Steel, To Tame a Land, and of course, the epic The Trooper. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs actually from Iron Maiden. This was a good album, and this would be probably one of the best albums actually. This next one will be even better, I think. This is Iron Maiden's Peace of Mind. So besides Number of the Beast, this is probably another one of my favorite Iron Maiden records. And yeah, this was the first record to have Nico McBride as the drummer. And he is one of the best metal drummers in my opinion. And so, yeah, this is a great album, not because I was born this year, but one of the best music videos of Aces High with Iron Maiden. We all know that Bruce Dickinson is a pilot, so very cool to see that. But also, 2 Minutes to Midnight, The Lost for Words, we got Flash of the Bride, and The Duelists. On the second side, Back in the Village, of course, the self-titled POWERSLAVE, and Rhyme, the Ancient Mariner. Yes, this is probably one of the most famous Iron Maiden records. I'm sure everyone has. I have it. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. And there's not really much left to say about it actually. So yes, this is Iron Maiden's POWERSLAVE. This is 1986, Summer in Time. This is a really good album. It's not one of my favorites, but I do enjoy it. Yeah, like I said, it's not as good as POWERSLAVE or Number of the Beast. But you got Caught, Summer in Time, Wasted Years, The Sea of Madness, Heaven Can Wait. On the other side, Loneliness of a Long Distance Runner, Stranger in a Strange Land, Deja Vu, and a pretty decent one, Alexander the Great. This is pretty cool. I also have the Iron Maiden Eddie Summer in Time doll. This is Iron Maiden 1986 Summer in Time. Here we have Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Interesting name for a record. Anyways, this is Iron Maiden 1988. And I don't know if I have this one. I know the songs, obviously. Moonchild, Infinite Dreams, Can I Play with Madness? A really cool track. The Evil That Men Do. And on the other side, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, self-titled. The Prophecy, The Clavonian, sorry for the pronunciation. Only the Good Die Young, which is interesting. This is a good album. I don't remember owning a lot of Iron Maiden, but I'll have to see if I have this one. I know I've heard a lot of the songs here. So this is actually pretty cool. 1988, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. The 90s began with Iron Maiden and their No Prayer for the Dying. We got Adrian Smith, who left the band and was replaced by Yannick Gers, the only non-British member of the band. Also had a keyboardist, which was kind of sacrilegious in the metal world, I would think. And yeah, this was a pretty cool album. You had Holy Smoke, No Prayer for the Dying, the self-titled, Public Enema #1, was pretty hilarious, Fate's Warning, and Tail Gunner. We got the second side, The Assassin, Run Silent, Run Deep, Hooks in You, Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter, and Mother Russia. So this was a fairly, again, I'm not quite sure of these songs. I should actually pick a few of these up, but yeah, this is a good Iron Maiden album, which, yeah, there it is. Iron Maiden, 1990, No Prayer for the Dead. This is 1992, Fear of the Dark. This was actually a really good album. You know, you had a lot of really great songs on this album. Be Quick or Be Dead, From Here to Eternity, Afraid to Shoot Strangers, Fear of the Key, Childhood Ends, Wasted Love, The Fugitive, Chains of Misery, The Apparition, Judas Be the Guide, Weekend Warriors, and of course, Fear of the Dark. Now, you have a bonus CD as well, actually, from 1995. So it came out a few years later, which had Notting Donkey Blues, Space Station Number 5, a Montrose cover. You have All Over Vic Villa, which is a parody of Chuck Berry's Roll Over Beethoven. That's kind of interesting. Should listen to these. I Can't See My Feelings, a Budgie cover. No Prayer for the Dying, which was live. Also, Public Enemy Number 1. Those two were live. And Hooks on You. So, 3 live and the rest are covers. So that's the second reissue bonus CD. Now, I have a couple favorites here. Fear of the Dark, obviously. Wasting Love. The Fugitive is pretty cool. Be Quick or Be Dead is one of my favorites on this one. But, yeah, this was a really cool album, and this would be the last time for a few years anyway that we're going to hear from Bruce Dickinson. This is Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark, 1992. This is 1995, The X Factor. Bruce Dickinson left the band for a while, enter Bill Paisley. This is pretty cool. He's got a different vocal range than Bruce. It was similar, but there is a difference, obviously. This is a pretty cool album. We got Sign of the Cross, Lord of the Flies, Man on the Edge, Fortunes of War, which has an awesome solo in it, I think, anyways. Look for the Truth, Aftermath, Judgment of Heaven, Blood on the World's Hands, The Edge of Darkness, 2 AM, and The Unbeliever. So this is a pretty good metal album. Don't have this myself, but I have heard a few songs, and especially for... I have Bill Paisley DVD, and he obviously has some Iron Maiden thrown in that concert. Now, well, I wouldn't say he's one of the best, but I think he's a really good metal vocalist. This is Iron Maiden, X Factor, 1995. This is 1998, another one with Bill Paisley. This is Virtual 11. And yeah, this was actually another one I have not listened to. If I have, it's been way too long anyhow. Yeah, so we have Futureal, The Angel and the Gambler, Lightning Strikes Twice, The Klansman, When Two Worlds Collide, which I think I've heard, The Educated Fool, Don't Look to the Eyes of a Stranger, and Como Estes Amigos. So, yeah, kind of want to listen to these now that I've mentioned it. If I have listened to them, it's been a while, but yeah, for right now, I don't recall. This is 1998 Iron Maiden, Virtual 11. We now enter 2000, and this is the return of Bruce Dickinson after his solo stuff, I guess. Again, I only heard limited songs after this, but yeah, very cool. When, you know, I should hear the whole album, but we have The Wicker Man, which I have heard, Ghost of the Navigator, Brave New World, Blood Brothers, which I heard today on a Facebook party, I guess, when they were in Wacken Festival. The Mercenary, Dream of Mirrors, Fallen Angel, The Nomad, Out of the Silent Planet, and The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. pretty intense, you know. I mean, this... Oh, it's been a very long time since we've heard of anything from Bruce Dickinson and Iron Maiden. But at this point, you know, this was pretty cool. And from what I've heard, including Blood Brothers today, I mean, it's been a while, but yeah, this was a good record from that, and I should listen to the rest. But this is 2000, Brave New World, Iron Maiden. This is Dance of Death, 2003. I remember this, actually. I bought it, and, you know, some of the songs are... They don't sound like Iron Maiden, and that's probably just me. And that's kind of what I thought at the time, but this was very interesting, especially the music videos for this. But, yeah, this is a really good record, and still the same members of the band, but, you know, there's kind of a different feel I got from it. You got Wildest Dreams, Rainmaker, No More Lies, Moonseeker, Dance of Death, Gates of Tomorrow, New Frontier, Passchendaele, Face in the Sand, Age of Innocence, and Journeyman. Journeyman is probably the one that I'm thinking about that, I don't know, this didn't sound like typical Iron Maiden, but this was an interesting record, and the videos for it kind of were pretty cool. I mean, that was an interesting year for metal in to begin with, you know, but yeah, this was pretty cool. It's Dance of the Dead, Iron Maiden 2003. This is 2006, Iron Maiden, A Matter of Life and Death. I haven't listened to this one in forever, but I do know that this was an awesome record. You've got Different World, These Colors Don't Run, Brighter Than 1,000 Suns, The Pilgrim, The Longest Day, Out of the Shadows, The Reincarnation of Benjamin Brigg, For the Greater Good of God, Lord of Light, and The Legacy. Now, there's also a DVD in here that I should I might have got a different one, actually. But, yeah, this has the making of Matter of Life and Death, and the reincarnation of Benjamin Brigg, and the studio footage for A Different World, and then, of course, yada yada yada. But this was a pretty good album. You have Adrian on the guitar synthesizer for the Brighter Than 1,000 Suns. You got Steve Harris, who also is doing keyboards and co-producing. So this is interesting, to say the least. But yeah, this is a good record. As A Matter of Life and Death, Iron Maiden 2006. We got Iron Maiden 2010, The Final Frontier. I don't have this one, unfortunately. Like, yeah, I try to find them when they're in the store, but anyways, got Satellite 15, The Final Frontier, El Dorado, Mother of Mercy, Coming Home, The Alchemist, Isle of Avalon, The Starblind, The Talisman, The Man Who Would Be King, which I think I've heard, When the Wild Wind Blows. So, yeah, I think I just heard one of the records, but, yeah, have to pick it up eventually, and yeah, there it is. Iron Maiden, The Final Frontier, 2010. So we now come to the final record so far, 2015's The Book of Souls. And holy, this is a really good record. And yeah, I mean, look at it. You have a lot of really good songs here. If Eternity Should Fail, Speed of Light, The Great Unknown, The Red and the Black, When the River Runs Deep, and of course, The Book of Souls. You go to the second disc, you got Death or Glory, Shadows of the Valley, Tears of a Clown, The Man of Sorrows, Emperor of Clouds. I haven't heard this one in a long time either, but from what I remember, it was a really good album. I really enjoyed it. You know, it's something that needs to be picked up again. You know, this was a good CD, like I said. So, I mean, if you don't have it, pick it up. But if you do have it, it's very cool. And hopefully they haven't stopped making records or anything like that. But like I said, seeing them at the Rockin' Festival a couple hours ago on the Facebook party thing, they're still very cool. So yeah, pick it up. It's a lot of fun. So that was interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, like I said, I'll be doing many more album still image reviews, hopefully. And yeah, again, glad that I could make this. And hopefully I'll see you next time with another album review. If you can't get the hint right now, then I guess we'll see you next time. I mean, Matt. Bye.